Life is full of challenges. People will wrong you, betray you, and try to pull you down. But today, I want to remind you of a powerful promise found in Isaiah 54:17. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is from me, says the Lord. This verse is not just words on a page. It is a divine assurance that no attack, no scheme, and no injustice will ultimately succeed against those who trust in God. When people hurt you, it's easy to feel forgotten, to wonder if God sees your pain. Let me assure you, He does. The same God who created the heavens and the earth sees every wrong done to you. He hears every false word spoken against you, and He is not indifferent. He is a God of justice. When Joseph was betrayed by his own brothers, when Daniel was thrown into the lion's den, when David was hunted by King Saul, God saw it all. And what happened? He turned every attack into a testimony. You don't have to fight your battles alone. God is your defender. Sometimes He removes your enemies. Other times He prepares people before you in their presence. He doesn't always stop the storm, but He strengthens you to walk through it with victory. You might be facing opposition right now, a difficult boss, a false accusation, a betrayal from a friend. But don't waste your energy fighting battles that belong to God. Keep your heart pure, keep your faith strong, and let God handle those who come against you. This does not mean weapons won't form. They will. People may rise against you, but they will not succeed in their ultimate goal to destroy you. Every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. Every disappointment is an appointment with something better. Think about Jesus. His enemies thought they had won when He was crucified. But what they didn't realize was that God was turning the greatest act of betrayal into the greatest victory. The cross was not the end, it was the beginning of resurrection power. When you are wrong, the natural response is to retaliate. But God calls us to something higher. Instead of seeking revenge, trust God's timing. Instead of letting bitterness take root, walk in love. Why? Because God's justice is always better than ours. Forgiveness doesn't mean weakness. It means trusting God with the outcome. It means refusing to let those who hurt you control your heart. When you release the offense, you make room for God's favor, for His peace, and for His vindication. People may plot against you, but God's purpose for your life cannot be stopped. The lies, the attacks, the betrayals, they are temporary. But God's promise is eternal. He has the final word, so stand firm. Keep your faith strong. Keep your heart pure. Because when God steps in, no enemy, no weapon, and no injustice can stand against you. You are victorious, not because of your strength, but because of His power. And that is how God deals with those who hurt you. Keep trusting, keep believing, and watch how He turns every pain into purpose. God sees every injustice, and nothing escapes His watchful eyes. When people mistreat you, lie about you, or work against you, He is fully aware. You may feel unseen or unheard, but God is already preparing your vindication. His justice is never delayed. It comes at the right time. Trust that He is working even when you can't see it. Weapons will form against you, but they will not accomplish their intended harm. The enemy may try to weaken you through trials, betrayals, and opposition. However, what was meant to break you will only strengthen you. God ensures that no attack will have lasting damage. Every hardship you endure will be turned into victory. God is your defender, and He fights for you when you feel powerless. Instead of exhausting yourself trying to prove your innocence, rest in Him. The one who created you will never allow the enemy to triumph over your destiny. Let go of the need to control the outcome and let God take charge. His defense is greater than any argument or action you could take. People's opinions do not define your worth or your future. Others may criticize, judge, or try to tear you down with words, but their voice does not have the final say. Only God's plan for your life is permanent, and nothing can override His promises. When you listen to Him rather than the voices of negativity, you will walk in confidence. His truth is greater than any false accusation. Revenge is not your responsibility, and taking matters into your own hands will only bring unnecessary burdens. God has already written justice into your story. If you let him handle the situation, he will bring a resolution better than you ever could. Let go of anger and trust that he will settle every score. His ways are higher than ours, and his justice is always perfect. Forgiveness is a powerful weapon that frees your heart from the chains of bitterness. Holding on to grudges only delays your own healing. When you choose to forgive, you are not excusing the wrong, but releasing yourself from its control. God rewards those who walk in love despite the pain. By forgiving, you allow him to work on your behalf. Your enemies have no authority over the plan God has for you. No betrayal, slander, or opposition can stop the purpose he has set in motion. If God has opened a door for you, no one can shut it. Every setback will be a stepping stone to something greater. When others try to block your path, God will make a way. God turns every attack into an opportunity to reveal his power in your life. What was meant to harm you will be transformed into a testimony of his faithfulness. Your trials are not wasted. They are setting the stage for your breakthrough. He specializes in turning suffering into strength. Every battle you face is preparing you for a greater victory. The battle you are facing is not just physical or personal, but spiritual. The enemy often uses people to discourage and distract you from your calling. Recognizing that your true battle is not against them, but against unseen forces gives you wisdom. Instead of fighting with words or actions, fight with prayer and faith. God will dismantle every scheme against you. When the enemy comes in like a flood, God raises a standard against him. No attack will go unanswered, and no storm will be greater than the power within you. You may feel overwhelmed, but you are never without divine help. God will not let the enemy overtake you. He is your shield and strong tower in every battle. False accusations may rise against you, but they will not stand in the end. The truth will always come to light, no matter how long it takes. Lies may seem powerful for a moment, but they cannot last against God's truth. Your reputation is in his hands, and he will clear your name in due time. Trust in his ability to restore everything the enemy tried to destroy. God allows opposition to position you for something greater. Joseph was betrayed by his own brothers, yet that betrayal led him to a place of power and purpose. What feels like rejection is often redirection toward a better future. Every difficulty is shaping you for something beyond your imagination. Your greatest promotions often come after your greatest challenges. You are covered by the righteousness of God, and no accusation can change that. People may try to remind you of your past, but God has already declared you righteous. When you stand in his truth, no attack can shake your identity. Let go of the need to justify yourself to others. God has already justified you, and his word is final. God prepares a table for you in the presence of your enemies. They may have plotted your downfall, but they will have to witness your rise. Instead of fighting for revenge, allow God to handle your vindication. He will bless you so publicly that even those who doubted you will have no choice but to acknowledge it. Stay faithful and watch him work. Bitterness is a heavy burden that only slows you down on your journey. Holding on to resentment keeps you trapped in the past. God calls you to release it so you can step into the freedom he has for you. When you let go of bitterness, you make room for his blessings. A pure heart attracts the favor of God. Your pain has a purpose, and God is using every hardship to refine you. Nothing you go through is wasted in his hands. The very things that hurt you will be the areas where he brings healing and strength. Every trial is shaping your testimony. Trust that the suffering of today is preparing the breakthrough of tomorrow. God's timing is perfect, even when it feels delayed. Justice may not come immediately, but when it does, it will be undeniable. He sees what you are going through and has already set a time for your restoration. Instead of worrying about when things will change, trust that his plan is in motion. His ways are always higher than ours. How you respond to opposition determines the outcome of your situation. Reacting in anger can delay your breakthrough, but responding in faith will accelerate it. When you choose to remain calm and trust God, you allow him to work on your behalf. Let your character reflect his love, even in difficulty. Your response holds the power to change the course of your battle. God is working behind the scenes, even when it feels like nothing is happening. You may not see the full picture yet, but he is orchestrating things in your favor. He is setting up divine appointments and aligning circumstances for your good. Trust that what seems like a delay is actually preparation. Your victory is being arranged in ways you cannot yet see. Jesus faced betrayal, rejection, and opposition, yet he never let it stop him. He knew that every attack was part of a greater plan. If he could endure and overcome, then so can you. The pain others cause you does not define your destiny. Follow his example and trust that victory is already written into your story. God's justice is far greater than any revenge you could take. What he restores is always better than what was taken. When you allow him to handle your battles, he does so in ways you never expected. He not only corrects wrongs, but elevates you in the process. Leave the outcome to him, and you will see his faithfulness unfold. Walking in peace is not a sign of weakness, but of spiritual strength. It takes far more power to hold your tongue than to lash out in anger. When you choose peace, you show that your trust is in God, not in circumstances. The enemy wants you to react negatively, but your peace frustrates his plans. Stay calm and watch how God fights for you. Every setback in your life is setting the stage for something greater. You may feel like you've been pushed down, but God is positioning you for a comeback. The very thing meant to break you is building you up for a new level. What looks like an end is often the beginning of something new. Trust the process, because God never wastes a struggle. The enemy works hard to turn evil against you, but God works harder to turn it for your good. No scheme, no betrayal, and no loss is greater than his ability to redeem. Even when things look unfair, his divine justice is in motion. What was meant to destroy you will be the very thing that elevates you. Hold on, because your story is still being written. Distractions are a tool the enemy uses to keep you from your calling. If he can't stop your destiny, he will try to divert your focus. The more you engage in unnecessary battles, the less energy you have for your purpose. Keep your eyes on God, not on the noise around you. When you focus on him, every distraction loses its power. Your enemies may try to bring you down, but God will use them to lift you higher. What they meant to harm you will serve as a stepping stone to your promotion. Joseph's betrayal led him to the palace, not the pit. God always turns opposition into opportunity. The higher the resistance, the greater the breakthrough ahead. People's words are powerful, but they hold no weight against God's promises. Others may speak against you, but their words cannot alter your destiny. Only what God has spoken over you will come to pass. When negativity surrounds you, remind yourself of his truth. His word will always prevail over human opinions. Faith is believing in victory even when you don't see it yet. You may feel surrounded by problems, but God has already made a way out. Walking by faith means trusting that no challenge is bigger than God's plan for you. Keep believing even when things seem uncertain. What you cannot see today will be revealed in due time. God defends you in ways you may never fully understand. Sometimes he clears your name publicly, other times he works behind the scenes. Whether seen or unseen, his protection over you never fails. He removes obstacles before they even reach you. Trust that his shield is always around you. Love is the most powerful response to hate. When you respond with kindness, you confuse those who meant to hurt you. Love disarms bitterness and breaks the cycle of negativity. It allows God to work in ways anger never could. Choose love and let him handle the rest. Obedience to God attracts his divine protection over your life. When you walk in his will, you position yourself under his covering. No enemy can touch what God has sealed. Staying in obedience keeps you in a place of favor and safety. Align yourself with him and watch how he moves on your behalf. God takes what was broken and turns it into something beautiful. He restores what was lost and replaces what was stolen. Your past pain is not the end of your story. It is the foundation for something greater. Trust that he is rebuilding your life with purpose. Every tear, every trial, and every struggle is shaping your testimony. At the right time, God will lift you up. You may feel hidden or overlooked, but your moment is coming. When he promotes you, no one can stop it. Stay patient, because he is preparing something greater than you imagine. His timing is always perfect, never too early and never too late. Even your enemies will witness the blessings God has for you. They may have tried to stop you, but they will see that they never had the power to do so. What they meant for harm, God will turn into undeniable favor. Your victory will be so evident that no one can deny his hand in your life. Stay faithful and let him do the revealing. No matter what opposition comes your way, God's plan will not be overturned. Every roadblock is temporary, but his purpose is eternal. He is the author of your story, and no enemy can rewrite what he has already declared. Stand firm, because his promise will prevail. What he has spoken over your life cannot be reversed. The peace God gives surpasses all understanding. Even in the midst of chaos, he provides a calm that the world cannot take away. When you rest in his peace, you walk in confidence. Anxiety has no place where faith resides. Keep your heart anchored in him, and no storm will shake you. Your character will always speak louder than the lies told against you. Integrity cannot be destroyed by false accusations. In the end, the truth always comes to light. Stay honorable and let your life reflect God's goodness. His justice will silence every false word spoken against you. Trials refine you, but they do not define you. The struggles you endure are molding you into something stronger. You are being shaped, not shattered. Every challenge is a tool in God's hands to prepare you for what's next. When the fire passes, you will emerge refined, renewed, and ready for greater things.